A lot of the planes are now out of the circle, so it's going to be a lot of rough terrain points. You can see QM does look back over towards one of the members of STV, but QM has so many defensive line points.
I tell you what, if you're STV, this is not the team you want to run into. QM is absolutely on fire today. Circle just centers up right over La Bandita. Meanwhile, the battle rages on here between QM and Sting Divine.
But Faze hears this, and they're pushing up on the other angle as well. Faze looks back down towards this. You can see Levis trying to move back around this, but it's going to be Faze that's starting to peek up on the side of it. Sting Divine is in a lot of trouble, but now QM could find themselves literally in a barrel that they could be shot out of.
Oh, what a grenade lands right on top of GYY. Good grenade from Uba, looking for him to light the scoreboard up. Levis is prone, getting some smokes down. Faze is gonna spot out Liga, and out goes QM in 11th place.
All right, Faze, it's the last game. You're playing for pride at this point. I mean, it's a long reach to make it back up there, but the dream could exist if they have a giant 20-plus game. There is
I tell you what,
outside chance.
Matchroom, I tell you what, if that happens, that will actually be the greatest moment in PUBG esports history.
That would be a huge comeback. Prey look back over towards AHQ, taking a couple shots. He's going to go down. Lazarus was running a very aggressive split, so there's no support except for long range. It's going
to what they're doing today. They are just incredible.
But look at Levis kind of creeping up back behind this. Faze has to be very vulnerable up towards the top, but there's a lot of members of Faze over here that Sting Divine is going to have to contend with. Go ahead, get the stems up onto it, but you can see Faze feels like they've got a lot of control over this angle, looking back down into the crater. And this is kind of what I was talking about. This is the wall around outside of the crater. The guys down towards the center don't really know what's happening on the outside. They don't have good sight lines back towards. If Faze is not careful, Levis could find a very sneaky angle back behind them and do a ton of damage.
Well, Levis continues the crawl, the army crawl up the hill. Right now, Faze's attention is in different directions, but they're gonna take some damage from Jeff Laka, landing a headshot with that SLR, but Uba gonna be able to get behind the crest of this hill and get rezzed by Fuzzface, assuming Levis doesn't have anything to say about it.
He sees it, and you can see he wants it, goes for the spray, and that's 2 down back over for Faze. The spin comes back around. They get the down onto it, but look, HC is charging over here trying to get these reses off.
And that is going to be the end of the day for Sting Divine, the end of the tournament for them.
T1!
Oh, here comes T1.
If they make this push, if they were paying attention to how the knocks were coming through, they could capitalize on a huge moment and catch Faze while they're trying to get their meds back off. Jeff Laka leading the charge up this hillside. He's got to figure out how does he want to play this. He doesn't have a lot of utility, just smoke grenades. It's not going to be a frag that takes down Faze if T1 gets him. It's going to be just a brutal approach off of this, and they realize, okay, it's taken a little bit too long, but I don't know. Is Faze still expecting anyone off of this angle? Looks like they're starting to hunt around a little bit more, realizing that they were vulnerable from that angle, so trying to spot it out. Shots come from T1, and it's going to force them to play a little bit more defensively now, and they should be able to creep away from this and be prepared. As you can see, Aspu's trying to hold the angle back, but Ira's going to step up to the side of it, try to connect, but not going to get any damage off. A lot of spray coming through, but it's going to be very, very careful off of this. Michael is down. Rory's taking a lot of damage, and now you can see the push starting to come back away from this. Red Knids want nothing to do. They're like, no, we need to stay alive. The problem with it is you guys also need kills.
Right, that grenade gonna back off the Red Knids. Rusty, Zera, and Raspu moving back and forth, trying to see if they can outposition him, but a nice peek by Rory. Is he going to be able to secure the kill? That grenade might roll a little bit too far. Raspu finds a decent angle, but there are no shots making their mark there.
That was so close. Now we're going to opt into going for the res right now. FaZe Clan starting to come more and more alive. The threat looms back behind it. The grenade's going to go a little bit too far. Not take down the Red Knids, but you can see TSM wants to make this push. They know that the Knids are vulnerable right now. FaZe is just looping around the circle on the hunt for anything that moves, taking shots at literally anything they see.
I mean, FaZe has to absolutely clean everything up. A Freak of Freaks Fatal moving up onto the remnants of Vendetta. A grenade comes in and it's just a bit too far. Lambu is going to find him. That is going to be Vendetta out in 5th place, and that will be their tournament.
Freak of Freaks playing back down towards the south. Red Knids trying to separate out and away. TSM in a good position right now, but finding themselves under fire from FaZe. That's going to be nice shots coming out from Uba. Michael is now down. Multiple downs have come his way, so he's going to bleed out very quickly. TSM trying to find some type of cover point. Rory goes down as well. That's Iro. That's starting to turn up for FaZe. We knew the fact that this was a potential possibility, but is it too late?
Uba is starting to go Super Saiyan here. I don't know if it is going to be enough, though.
Faze is in 19th.
Wow, Faze is getting up there. They're climbing, they're trying. The Red Canids have backed off, as have AFF. AFF is not too far out of this as well. 4 more points for them. That is all they need. There is everything on the line between these three teams.
These 3 teams, out of all the ways to end it right now, it's going to be the Red Canids taking shots back over towards Fuzzface, but he manages to juke almost all of them. Gets back towards safety. Fuzzface, the rest of the guys from Faze, hold down the north, back down towards the south. It's still 3 members of Red Canids, 2 members from Afrika Freaks. We have 8 people alive with these 3 teams active.
If you ever doubted FaZe Clan, now is not the time. These guys are hungry and they are confident. They have the big stage experience to get this done. Afrika Freaks Fatal on your southeast. 80 is pushing up on them, and oh my god.
And M249 on top of that. That's a ton of ammo to work with. That's going to be a big replenishment off of it. So 80 is going to start creeping back up over on this angle. They know they need to kill everything that's moving around them. They're at 13 kills right now. They're so aggressive pushing across these angles. Uba does see where Afrika Freaks is at, but look at this push coming out from 80. This could be the moment for FaZe, all depending on how they opt into playing this right now, and a lot of it hinges off the positioning of 80 and how Afrika moves. New circle pops. Does favor Red Canids, but let's be honest, FaZe doesn't care about where the circle's at right now. They are just on the hunt.
I mean, if Fatal has no idea that 80 is over here, he could end their day very, very quickly. You can see Lambu is cooking a grenade potentially. He's picking up some items from his teammate there. They're giving a little switch off, and this could be huge. If he finds 80 here, smokes are coming down first. Maybe seeing if he can bait 80 out a little bit. Fuzzface coming over for the shot. 80 gonna get Lambu.
Now looks back around the other side of it. You can see Shadow's like, I didn't realize they were this close. Trying to figure out what's going on. That's more utility being used. Shadow's on the outside of the safe zone. He's got to push through them or Red Canids. Grenades are starting to come out. Shadow's trying to use something. Got to flush out 80 if he wants to continue his push off to the side of this. FaZe getting more control over this angle, but that is Red Canids hearing everything that's going down right now. That grenade lands close at the feet. Third-party shots coming into it. Everybody wants all of these kills. Afrika Freaks Fatal's trying to crawl through the smokes. Down to 16 life. The blue right back behind him. Which direction he's going to go? Looks back out. It's going to go back over to Fuzzface.
All right, this is going to come down to this battle. The Red Canids versus FaZe here. This is huge. This is crazy. They're right next to each other. 3v3.
So now we do have the Canids that were posted up. They know a lot of the information, but FaZe has a lot of different angles that they can play around, and they're trying to use that. The smokes that the Canids are playing around right now gives away some of their positions. They want to play it a little bit more aggressive. But trying to take out that grenade, seeing if he can get anything off of it. So now we do have Rusty Zero right up on this angle. How's the push going to come through?
All right, Andy FPS peeking up over the hill. Uba not able to connect with his spray, but he knows where the Canids are now. Gonna get that grenade up and over, but it is too little too late. The Canids have already moved off, sniffing that one out. Rusty Zero on the left, Andy in the middle here, and you can see Fuzzface making the flank for FaZe. They control a lot of this circle. The Red Canids are a little grouped up, and it looks like FaZe is going to try to surround them.
15 kills looking back over towards the Red Canids. Both of these teams playing to stay alive, stay in this tournament, make their way over towards Oakland. So much stakes right now for both of these teams. So now Rusty Zero still holding back down towards the center. Now all the smokes are starting to come through. Psycho does connect with one shot onto this. You can see the dance around. Everybody's trying to figure out where the reposition's coming through. Rusty Zero takes a little bit of damage, but Fuzzface still trying to encroach up onto it. Psycho goes for the peek onto it. Gotta be so cautious. I love the fact that we're getting a Toby eye tracker right now to see exactly how these teams will react.
Look at this. Uba's going to reposition. A lot of this is going to come down to him. The superstar for FaZe Clan. AT coming up over the hill. Nothing there. The smokes are down. Still a little bit of utility available for FaZe, and they are looking to come around.
Andy goes for the peek off to the side of it. That's going to go in position. Uba steps up, gets one. Goes for the spray into the second one. There is just one Canid alive right now, and FaZe knows it. They're starting to push back through this. Rusty Zero playing inside the smokes. The hunt is on. The spray comes through, and the EU Giants, FaZe Clan, walk away with a huge, massive 18-kill victory.
FaZe Clan shocking the world. 18 kills and a chicken dinner. I don't know if it's enough, but goddamn Matchroom, they made a hell of a round.
Fuzzface, 8 kills. Uba, 6 kills. 80. These guys stepped up and played when it mattered. You can see it is just adulation on their faces. This was so tense. They were so upset about how they were playing through the stages to finally step up and play when it matters, to be that clutch team we knew they could be. That's
Impossible, the impossible, the unbelievable. No other team in the world can do this. FaZe Clan, are you kidding me?
Everybody in this audience is excited. It doesn't matter regions right now. It doesn't matter what country you're from. You just know you have seen something monumental happen.
Uva is your clutch player in that moment, getting the 2 downs there to surround Rusty Zera and end the game for FaZe. Nothing in the history of PUBG esports has ever been like this, Matchroom. What a finish.
A massive comeback off of this, you can see. Waiting for everything. Everybody's doing those last minute tabulation.